Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pear podcast, episode
That's
5.
right. We on 5,
I can't believe it's been that many.
right?
It seems like we just started this, but
Yeah,
we're already on
go.
episode 5.
Right.
I'm very excited for this podcast today.
Why is that?
We have our first special guest.
That's right.
It's
Hello,
crazy.
hello.
Hey, Steven is joining us live from his living room, I'm assuming.
That's right.
Steven, how we doing?
Good, man. Good. Long day, but excited to talk some Pokemon. We had a fun, crazy weekend. Can't wait to get into it.
Yeah,
But I'm good. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing all right, We're excited to have you on here.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of gonna jump right into here. I have some prompt questions for you, but tell our listeners a little about yourself.
So like I said, like you just said, my name is Steven. I've been playing Pokemon now for going on about a year and a half. I am a salesman by trade, but my real passion is TCGs and video games and things of that nature. I've got a daughter who's a year and a half years old. Her name is Zoe. She's probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. But I'm just a regular family man who enjoys his TCG as much as he can get it in.
We love that. We
That's
love
awesome.
that. So jumping right in here, tell our listeners what's your favorite Pokemon and why.
Favorite Pokemon. I've got a few. There's always the top 5, but if I had to go number 1 without a doubt, it's going to be Mewtwo. The first Pokemon movie just had like a grip on me like no other. Just the whole story of he was an experiment that never really had a family, never really felt loved, or for whatever reason that movie really stuck with me from a very young age. And whenever I would take a job, they usually ask for like a quote, like what's a quote that you live by. And I love the Mewtwo quote from the movie where he says, "The circumstances of one's birth is irrelevant. It's what one does with the gift of life that truly makes it special." Some iteration of that. But for whatever reason, I love that movie and I love that Pokemon, and I've always loved psychic types. So I've always tried to play psychic types when I played the games. So yeah, Mewtwo for sure.
Absolutely. Would you consider yourself a competitive player or a casual player? I think I already know the answer to this question, but
Yeah. Definitely competitive. I just, I don't see the point in trying to play something if you're not trying to win, especially if it's a one-on-one game. I tried Lorcana. I tried playing Lorcana with my wife, but my wife doesn't necessarily have that competitive gene like I do. So I pivoted over to Pokemon so I can kind of scratch that itch. And I love it. It's I played sports growing up all my life, and so I've just always been a competitive person by nature. I'm a self-admitted sore loser, but I feel like everybody's a sore loser because who doesn't want to win? Especially in a game like Pokemon. But I mean, yeah, definitely competitive.
I'm definitely a sore loser myself. If we didn't already know that,
Yeah. Oh, I definitely know that.
Oh, I hate it.
So Steven, last question we have, and then we have an overall question for the three of us.
Our question of the week.
Yeah, our question of the week. We always have one. But kind of explain to our listeners how Pokemon has impacted your life.
Oh man, I mean, how hasn't it? I have loved the game since I was a kid. I mean, I remember getting I have a very funny story. I remember getting Pokemon Blue for a birthday, and it was from kind of a family member that we didn't see all that often, and so I was freaking out about it. But the problem was I didn't have a Game Boy, so that like I had to my birthday had already passed, and I got it as a gift, so I had to wait till Christmas for the Game Boy. And so that, my birthday is early November. So that 2 months of waiting, it just sat in my drawer. I just have the image of Pokemon Blue sitting next to some socks, like burned in my brain forever. Like, because the anticipation of finally, of getting to play the game, and then finally actually opening the box, putting the game in. And I couldn't even tell you how many hundreds of hours I put into that game specifically. But it just became, my number one favorite hobby. I've always loved it, even if I've never played the TCG up until recently. I've always loved the games. I've bought every game that's come out. I've watched the movies. I've watched the shows. Even as I've gotten older, I love to just collect Pokemon memorabilia. I've got a Pikachu edition Nintendo 64. I've got
Ooh,
yeah, I appreciate Dalton's brother. He gave me a ton of movies that I could add to my collection. I've got a sealed collection. It's my favorite. It's my number one favorite hobby, and I hope to be able to continue, enjoying it.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
That would kill me.
Yeah.
To have a game just sitting there and
Next to the socks.
next to the socks,
Oh,
yeah, just
bro,
not be
it
able to
was.
touch it. Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was horrible. But then I got that lime green Game Boy Color, and it was.
Ooh, the
Ooh,
line.
that's the
Yeah.
one I had too. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
and I'm talking about it was old school too. So you know what I'm saying, driving in the car, waiting for the street lights to pass,
Oh
just to
yeah.
take 3 steps. Oh man, that was patience.
That's awesome.
So we have a question of the week for all of
Alright, let's
us.
hear.
What is
Who's answering first?
whoever? I mean,
Well, I'm gonna read it to you then.
okay, go
You're
ahead.
going first. Ladies first here.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
What is your most memorable Pokemon TCG experience?
I'm so glad you asked. So I was playing Movie Max. That was my deck. That was my jam.
Absolutely.
And we went to a challenge at Titan Games.
Mm-hmm.
And here stands one of the best players in Georgia. I'm not going to name drop or anything,
Mhm.
but he was playing Entei Iron Valiant.
Gotcha.
I remember specifically.
You do, yeah. You've got it.
And
down.
I turned to
Oh,
Donked him.
I think I know who this is. That's a very
Yes.
specific deck.
I turned to Donked him, and I was electric
Oh, yeah.
after that.
Oh, we didn't hear about it.
Oh,
Like, didn't stop hearing about it for like a week straight. Any game we
come
sit down
on.
at.
I love that.
Oh yeah, that makes you
Hey,
just feel good, don't it?
every deck can brick. It doesn't matter who's piloting what. Every single deck can brick.
Definitely. Oh yeah, it can
Absolutely.
absolutely have it. It just makes you feel good in your soul. You're like, okay.
I still feel good about it right now.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Steven, you next. What's your most memorable Pokemon TCG
Uh,
experience?
so I would say I've got a really fun one. So we all went to Knoxville Regional together, and we had a fantastic time. My first regional ever for any TCG ended up going 441.
Yeah.
But particularly right about halfway through the day, I'm sitting there. I'm playing Lost Box. Have no idea what I'm doing. Freaking out. I'm already out of contention. Right. I'm probably 1-3 and something,
Mhm.
and I'm for whatever reason I'm so worried about hitting stall. Haven't played stall. I know Lost Box is good into stall, but I haven't really had that much, practice with it for whatever reason. Stall is very taboo at our locals.
Mhm.
Everybody gets, up in arms whenever somebody pulls it out, but it is what it is. So Dalton's brother goes, dude, don't even worry about it. You stick Tina up there and shred to your
Yep.
heart's content.
I remember
And
him
I was like,
saying
all
that.
right. I was like, all right, should be easy enough, right? And so I'm going into the last round. I'm 3-4-1, and I wanted my goal that weekend was to finish 500. And I sit down. I'm like, it's my last round of the day. I've been here all day. Like, I just want to get this win. I don't want it to I didn't want it to, be a no show. Like, I actually wanted to play and win it. And so this other guy sits down. We're both 3-4-1. We're playing our last round, and we roll the dice. I decide, I want to go first. And we go and we flip over the starting cards. I started Tina, and he starts Snorlax. And I literally, bro, like my face, like my smile was just so big. So I was like, dog, this is game over, buddy. So that's exactly what it was. Game one, just left Tina in the active, just kept sticking Comfies and Radiant Greninjas in the lost zone. And dude just couldn't do anything about it. Pretty much same thing round two to win that game and go 500 and hit my only stall of the day and absolutely 2-0'd him.
That must have felt really good too.
Oh man, it felt amazing. It felt amazing.
What about you?
So mine would have to be kind of our first regional of last season. The way I looked, I don't know, it was a really surreal moment to me, I guess, because I've played card games in the past, kind of just with my brother growing up, things like that. But this is the first time I've ever went to like a big tournament of this kind of magnitude. I can't. It was
It was
Charlotte.
huge.
It was Charlotte. I couldn't tell you the exact numbers off the top of my head.
2509.
Oh, you got it down.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remembered that one.
And it was just like one of those surreal moments of taking it in. Like this card game has this big of a community. To feel like we're very tiny aspects of this community, but just to know that there's how many 25
2500.
yeah, other people doing the same thing, loving the same thing that I'm doing, driving from wherever in the world or wherever, flying in from wherever, all to come just play this game together. It was just a surreal moment, and I think about it a lot. We've been to a few more regionals, but that first one was just it was just something for me. It's what I just kind of always like think back on.
It was a lot to take in. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to add something to that. It's being able to know that every single person that you turn to, you can just start spouting out whatever it is about Pokemon TCG, and you know that they know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Like, it's very few places where you can just like talk about cards just very like at a high intelligence level, I guess you could say. Where it's like you don't have to dumb it down for your family or dumb it down for your friends. Like, you can just like really get into the nitty gritty. Yeah, exactly. But exactly, it's like you can really get into like every single person is like you see there is just as fanatical about it as you are.
Absolutely. Like, it's one of those moments if you're like, say you're at work and some big news breaks, you can't just turn to your coworker and be like, hey, this is great. Like, you want to have to talk about it. Right there in that moment.
Yeah.
And, it just feels good just to be able to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, sweet.
All right.
What we got next?
So, dun dun dun. We're gonna talk about how our weeks went this week. Stephen, we're actually gonna start with you, buddy. We know you play a lot of Breaking Bangers. So Thursday night, we want to know how it went. What'd you play? How did it go?
Thursday night, I've been playing Drago a lot lately. It's just the deck that I have been grinding online. I've tried out a few homebrews here and there, but Drago seems to be the only one that really works with the way that my brain works. So I ended up going 2-1. We have a pretty small community there, but we get some good games in. There's some people there that are pretty playing good Pokemon. So round 1, I had Chimpao, and it was just it's just a very like very quick donk. I was gonna say when I was saying every deck bricks. Yeah. I felt bad for the kid I was playing because he is a very high level player. It was just a situation where he just couldn't get anything but 2 Frigibaxes after 2 turns. And I'm always gonna get there. I'm gonna try to go for that cure and play every time. So that was a quick one. Round 2, I played my buddy Zach, who's also part of our play group. He was on Pult Zatu, and that deck is very, very interesting when you're playing Drago. It's not as easy of a matchup as it was like a week ago. Just the addition of Crispin, like, absolutely takes that deck to another level, and the addition of that ace spec where they can attack for 1 less energy. It really does like help turn that deck into super, super viable deck. I was able to squeeze out the win on that one. Again, just kind of playing smartly. The big thing with that, for anybody that plays Drago, is just swing with that Hisui and Gudra as much as you can. That 80 buff is just goes too hard, especially into things like Pult, especially into things like the mirror. That 80 is really hard for them to kind of get around. And then round 3 was a humbling loss to Great Tusk Mill. This was to actually the newest player that we have at our Breaking Bangers locals, and she killed it. I started Radiant Charizard in the active, and went 3 turns without finding something to be able to get going. It took me 3 turns to find a Professor's Research, and then after that, she just played her counter catchers perfectly. Double counter catcher to bring up my Radzards where I'd already used energy switches. She forced me to burn the V-Star. And at the very end, like, she Great Tusk milled my last switch in deck to get out of the active, and she took that win, 100% on herself. So I had to give her that shout out. But it was a great week. 2-1, can't be mad about it, but I was looking to improve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to the female players out there.
That's right.
Taking over.
That's right. And she's a senior, so I don't want to name any names or whatever. But
Oh,
and senior
nice.
too, a senior too.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
awesome.
yeah,
Getting started
killing it.
early.
That's
Heck
right.
yeah. So Thursday night we went to One Up. I played Hisui and Zorark against my better judgment.
You were testing the new waters, testing new
Yeah,
deck
I
out,
was testing the
new ideas.
waters. We went 2-2. Round one, I won against Bolt. Round two, I lost against Zar. That's just a very hard matchup. Round three, I was playing a buddy of ours, Chimpao Palkia. Very interesting. Palkia is just very strong for my deck that I was playing. And then round four, we took the win with Kiram. So
The Hisuian Zoroark, I know you were against like Bolt. I know maybe it was Zar didn't work out, but
yeah.
you build up those damage counters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Across playing like Gengar and things like that.
Yeah.
And that lets you swing for big numbers, right? That's kind of the goal of it, right?
Yep, that's the ideal goal.
With just a single attachment. It's a really interesting idea.
It
Area
is.
Zero breaks that card a little
Yeah, I
bit.
was about to say, does that not just become broken with Area Zero?
It
Yeah.
does, but then they drop the collapse stadium.
Yeah,
And then you're like,
I
oh.
think the only one you played was Zard that might have had a collapse in it,
Yeah,
right?
they definitely did. Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
again,
so
Zard's going to be the only one you're going to need to swing 330 with, right?
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean,
I mean,
it's kind of
the deck can max out at what 430 because
450
DT
was.
minus 20.
Oh yeah, 430. Okay.
Yeah, 430 is the max potential to hit with. That's insane.
Wait. So what does it do? Is it 50 per?
50 per Pokemon with damage on it.
Yeah.
And it's how many? And you said it maxes out at 430 with double turbo energy.
With 8 Pokemon
Yeah,
on your
because you can
bench.
have
Yeah.
8 on
Right.
your bench and then in the active.
Wait, that's not bad. That's so
Yeah.
you only need 6 on the bench to
Yeah,
swing for
Yeah.
330. That's like a
Right.
collapse. Like a collapse hurt, but a collapse doesn't hurt that bad. That's
exactly.
2.
And
I mean, you're only
usually
losing
players-
2. I
Right.
think you play that around where you can just you got to run the 4 of Area Zero and maybe like a lost vacuum or 2. But that's actually like those numbers are super favorable. You're only having a bench. You only have to put down 2 extra Pokemon with Area Zero.
And then the crazy part with Area Zero, when she plays the Gengars in the deck, say they get the knockout, you return, you drop another Area Zero. The
Yeah, I can just keep
Gengars,
getting them back.
yeah, they just
Yeah,
come
you
straight
just
back from the discard pile.
that's what I'm saying. And then you're running damage pump. You can
Mhm.
run. I mean, you could throw Snorlax in there, technically, right? And then you could stall him out because it's just another body.
That's true.
We
You could
might be
just throw it
cooking
in
a
there. You
homebrew
could just.
here.
I'm saying you can stick it in there in the active. That's another body. Spirit Tome is another like lock him out. Like you could really do something with that. I don't know. I've never played it, but it just sounds to me like the
You can
decks
mess around with it.
that could be affected by like Pokemon with annoying effects stalling them out are the only ones that can be playing Collapse Stadium.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of it at Louisville.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how
We'll see.
popular it gets, I guess.
Yeah. So
So
how'd you do?
I switched back. You were talking about Drago. Last week I was on a Drago kick, took a little break from Bolt. And not gonna lie, I kind of missed it. I was going 4-0, 3-0 last week, 3-1, I think. Switched it up to Bolt this week just to kind of get it Bolt back under my hands for a little bit, and we ended up going 2-2. I've been on Bolt forever, so I was like, you know what, change it up. But went back to Bolt this week. Round one, I hit that Kieran VMAX player.
Mm-hmm.
That you love taking a knockout on a 3-pricer,
Yeah.
This is too much fun there. Round two, I lost to a Palkia, and they were playing the Palkia Terapagos. They just kind of got set up a little bit quicker than I could.
Mm.
Another deck that's kind of benefiting from this Area Zero.
Yeah.
Opening up your bench to 8. Round three, I lost to Polt. Just kind of lost. They were putting the damage counter sprinkling in the right spot for me to where they eventually took prizes quicker than I could. And
Yeah.
they're playing that new sparkling Ace Spit.
Crystal.
That's the name of
Yep.
it. Yeah, that Dragapult just starts
You
swinging.
need
so
to have it
early.
with that. It's too good.
And then round 4, I won against a Bennett item lock deck.
Mm.
Yeah, they couldn't get established. I went second, started swinging with Bolt early on. No item locking for me. it was we were set up by the time they started to get a Bennett going, and it was 6 prizes taken already. That was Thursday for all of us.
Yeah. We went back to One Up on Sunday.
Yep.
And I think
Steven joined us here at this
Steven joined us. Yes, he did. So I cooked up a little. I saw a City League list with Dragapult Goldango, and I was like, that might be interesting. Needless to say, let's not pay attention to this record now. We've changed the list since then. We're cooking a little bit more now. I went 1-3. Hit 2 Polts round 1 and 3. They just got a little bit more set up than me. I lost to Drago with our good buddy on the mic here. And then round 4 won against Guardy. So a little bit of a spread there, but we took it back and we refined the list.
Yeah,
So
that's what these locals.
I don't want to give anything away because it might be the list for regionals. So
and then turn around to me and my bad record.
yeah, you were playing some silly stuff. I don't know what you were
went
doing.
into the Sunday of like, okay, if tired of Bolt. In all honesty, you had the Polts from the Ready Drago deck that we have built, so I was like, yeah, I'll find something just fun to play.
Yeah.
And I seen a list. I've been trying to play around with this Slow King from Stellar Crown. Yeah. Oh yeah. Slow King. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The whole point: discard top card. If it's a Pokemon, non-rule box Pokemon, you copy one of its attacks.
Mhm.
There's a lot of like crazy, simple, non-rule box like stage 1 Pokemon that just never sees any play because it's too much setup. And I agree, it's still too much to set up with Slowpoke. We went 1-3. Round 1, I lost to Zard. Round 2, I lost to Polt.
Mhm.
Round 3, I did get a clutch crazy win against Guardy. It was a nice, fun, impactful moment. Hit that slow bro to take those extra 2 prizes when they got me down to 1. In turns, in time. Yeah, we weren't about to tie that game.
That's right.
And round 4, I lost to our good buddy Zach that Steve was talking about, him on his Polt list. Just couldn't get set up. It was a close one against him. I almost crobatted his Dragapult for 4 prizes. I was so close.
Oh my goodness, that would have been crazy.
I was trying. I couldn't get there.
We're putting that back in the binder?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely not even the binder. It's in the bulk box. I don't even talk about binders. There ain't no binder cards there.
Very nice. Okay. Steven, what about you? You had a good record Sunday. What'd you play?
I got to go back to that point. The Guardy player's eyes about popped out of his freaking head when you hit him with that slow kick. My man lost it when you won that way. He was a good sport about it. We got to give him that, but like, dude, he lost it.
It was so funny, dude. That was my only win for the night. That was just a highlight that I was able to pull that off instead of tying with him, with the Guardy. Oh yeah.
So yeah, Sunday I had a really good week. I ended up going 3-1. Round 1, I hit Zach again for Polt Zatu, so it was our rematch. I did get it on him again. This time I just got set up beautifully. He had the Polt going early, and I was able to just get 2 Regidrago V-Stars, full energy, Gudra in the in the discard early, cure him in the discard early, and I just kept the pressure on. It was all gas. So I was able to take a win on that one. Round 2, I hit Keisha. Unfortunately, a little bit of friendly fire.
Yeah.
I will say this. It was getting pretty like, iffy there for a second. There was this Manaphy that she had that just survived everything. And she, was able to get going kind of late in the game. It was a little bit, past the point to make a comeback, but it was kind of interesting to see literally one play and the board was full.
Yeah.
So, titan of a Manaphy, I guess. Round 3, lost to Bolt. I can't do anything against Bolt. I hate Bolt. Bolt is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I hate Pokemon Catcher. I hate Professor Sada's Vitality. I bricked, so that actually felt good. I get very, very annoyed when I lose games to mistakes, but when I just brick, I can, rest assured that it happens to everybody. Started, I think, Radiant Zard and maybe Curum. I had to play Curum down to not get Donk turn 2. And I drew 3 grass energies in a row
Ooh.
with no ogre pawn out. So it was just like it just happened. Round 4, we have a local junior of ours who's actually pretty good. He's got some game for sure, and he's on Maridon, and I had never actually played him yet, so I was kind of nervous. But I ended up getting the win on that, and it was just he put a Raikou up, and I was able to go super turbo through my deck. I'm talking 30, 35 cards through the deck turn 2, and was able to just get that turn 1 knockout plus 60. And from there I was able to get going. He had some bad luck on some generators, probably 3 generators hit 1 energy off 3. So I mean just bad luck. But even 2 bad luck, like he took me down to probably 5 minutes left in the game. So that kid's gonna be a problem. He's very confident. Like he's confident. He knows how his deck runs. He knows what he's looking for. Got to teach him how to shuffle properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, like it was fun to play him. And of all the juniors that I've played, he's probably the most like he's probably the easiest junior to play.
Oh yeah.
As far as like personality wise. So great week, and I was able to pick up with my $15 store credit a Rainbow Tina V Star.
Dang,
So,
rub that in. All right.
Drago, that's right. Drago's getting swagged out a little
Blinging
bit.
it out. That's right. I do have to put in a little thing like that bolt list you lost to. The buddy of ours that was playing it had hit me
Yeah,
up.
shout out Harley.
Yeah. Shout out Harley. I know you out there.
Harley.
He came to me. He was like, "Hey, he wasn't sure about what to play. He didn't want to play the same deck.
Dude, you did not give him
playing.
your
That
bolt
was his
list.
first time
That was
playing.
my bolt list, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me how it feels in my heart that the guy who goes 4-0 with my deck, and I'm over here with Slow King 1 and 3 for the night.
And like just to put some context out there, I don't think I've beat Dalton on his bolt list. Like it literally the turn 1 Pokemon catcher happens every single time.
Yeah.
And so of course Harley was on your list. Of course that's the one that like. And I mean Harley worked me, bro. So it is what it is, man. Shout out Harley. He deserved it.
That just goes to show the power of
Bolt.
Bolt,
Yeah, how it can go sometimes.
That's it. And Bolt is good, bro. Bolt's in a good spot right now.
Yeah. So anyway, now that we got
Round
that
2.
out of the way, our main topic is we had our. Is this the first regional?
First regional of the season.
All right,
this past
Baltimore. Let's talk about the results. I've got the day 1 deck analysis pulled up here.
Let's hear it.
Not what I expected. So Stephen, just to give you a little background, Dalton and I
We made predictions.
made predictions, yeah. And I predicted there was gonna be a lot of Charizard. There was, but not as much as Reggie Drago.
Right. I can't remember. I didn't write this down, or I wrote it down somewhere. Do you remember what I said?
I think you said Reggie
That's what
Drago.
I was thinking.
I think you
wanted
did.
to say I think I was I think I called it at like 15%.
Yeah, it was 17.22%. I mean, Reggie Drago's just in a really good spot right now, so a lot of people, are bringing it. It has really good matchups into almost everything. So
Absolutely, yeah. It's like Steven right here knows he loves that Drago.
yeah,
I love it, man. I love it. It's so much fun to play right now.
yeah. So I think the thing that threw me off when they showed this graphic on there was the unclassified, and all I saw was that unknown V, and I was like, who's playing unknown V?
I have flashbacks to when that guy at Locals tried to do the unknown V with me.
Oh, victory symbol or something.
Yeah. He didn't know the ruling on it, and I just started scooping. I had flashbacks to that.
Oh no!
Yeah, he read it the wrong way, and it was this whole ordeal where I was taking knockout left and right, and he thought like the card read when your opponent is down to 1, you win the game. But it's when you're down to 1. Oh yeah, it's so funny.
I bet you won't forget it now.
No, I definitely don't. That's it's ingrained.
Hey, I feel you.
So we did see a lot of Charizard there. Ancient Box, you did predict there would be some there. Here's something I didn't expect to see: a lot of Lugia V-Star.
Yeah, Lugia had a
Lugia. This is a rise of Lugia this weekend, huh?
Yeah, it was. That's all I saw on stream, really.
Yeah,
that and Reggie Drago.
I for one welcome it, because if you don't know how to play Lugia, don't try and start playing Lugia.
That's right. Yeah.
Lugia, you had like, for whatever reason, Lugia only works for those who have been on Lugia for a while. Like you got to you have to put in your time with it, because it doesn't work for just anybody.
It really don't. It really don't. I've tried it every now and then. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. I never get those.
I tried it one. No, I tried it one night at testing, and like, man, I'll never see that turn one Archeops or Ultra Ball. You know what I mean? Never happens.
Absolutely.
So I was very curious about the best of the rest. We'll get to that in a second. But the day two deck analysis, Bolt really fell off there, didn't they?
It died off. It definitely did. It didn't even make
Didn't make any of
the
this
graph for
graphic.
the day two. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
R.I.P.
of
Bolt.
Lugia and Reggie Drago were at the top. Some Charizard Ancient Box as well, and there's that unclassified again.
I have a theory. I don't know if this is why the Bolt is doing good compared to like even in the like next. I don't want to say next form, but when we look at the city leagues, Bolt is doing really good in Japan. Of course, they're the next format,
Hmm.
but in the city leagues in Japan, they play a best of one format.
They do, yeah.
So you can usually get that easy win. You win the die roll, go second, start that two prize race. Where regionals and stuff like that, or even here at our cups and not necessarily challenges, but cups and stuff is the best 2 out of 3.
Hmm.
So it makes it a little bit more difficult. I feel like Bolt is like that ideal, really good best of one format. You're kind of right there at the, you know, yeah. Again, it comes down to a die roll, one to go second.
Hmm.
But yeah, it kind of shows in this like it didn't do too hot at Baltimore.
It did not. I'm seeing Snorlax control on here. Are my eyes deceiving me?
Yeah, Snorlax seems to have done really. How many players went
10
into day two?
into day two.
And the highest still going into day two was Drago,
Reggie
right?
Drago taking
Mhm.
over, taking over Baltimore.
Lugia didn't do too bad either. Going, they had a really good conversion rate. Was Lugia on the day one?
Yes, but it was farther down at 6.79%.
6.7 to go into
11%
that.
conversion rate.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Lugia, it was a great time for Lugia.
Yeah.
Now that unclassified, we were talking a little bit. That's what they kind of grouped as like decks that didn't have like a home, I guess, let's say, or like an archetype to. They kind of grouped.
Yeah, homebrews.
Yeah, homebrews. That's the word we're looking for. Yeah.
Might I mention that they said that this is the largest regional this year, 2,299.
That's awesome.
At the regional. Looking at the best of the rest for day one.
Day one, yeah.
Maridon, that's cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 130 of y'all. Appreciate that. Roaring Moon EX, Gardevoir EX, Snorlax Control, Chien Pao, and there's that Thorn CX again.
Good old Iron Thorn. Let's see, so what?
Crushing Hammer.
38 people decided, you know what? We're going to bring the world.
They're going to run it back. Yeah.
That's great.
You're gonna run it back. They said, "I want my chance."
Yeah, exactly. I want to flip my coin.
Yeah.
I want to flip my die. That's funny.
That's right.
So looking at Limitless here, I've got Limitless pulled up for the Baltimore Regional. Does anything weird stand out to you guys when you look at these decks?
Well, should we discuss
Gardevoir
the
first?
whole thing? Yeah.
Gardevoir
Yeah,
won,
good.
yeah.
No, but number 6. What? This cornerstone?
Oh yeah. That's
Noivern. What?
Yeah. And it was doing its thing on stream.
Yeah, I remember watching Nolan play it on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rather interesting. We also saw some Palkia Dusknoir on here. Check out number 38th on this list, guys.
Oh yeah.
Cloth Electrode.
Oh man, I lost in the finals of a side event at Knoxville to that deck.
Really?
That's some bull crap, dude. I hate that deck.
And
So, yeah, no, I know exactly what it's just because I never played it before.
yeah.
And that man took me to put the work on me with that.
Cloth can get you.
Yeah.
That cloth can get you, man. Best deck.
It's wild to me, like this old Henry Chow's Guardy list.
Yeah, Secret Box.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still
what?
trying to figure out. I need to watch more of it and kind of break it down to figure out how in the heck like Secret Box ties into this.
Pokemon League
So,
headquarters.
Is he like he's like really like famous for Pokemon, right? Like I don't never heard his name before, but I mean I'd seen some stuff online that just said that like he's just like an incredible deck builder.
I
Like
would
Taured
imagine
level.
so. Seeing this.
But I mean I mean, the secret box works though,
It does.
because you got to think. Yeah, because you discard the 3 psychic energy
Mm-hmm.
if you have them in deck.
Yeah.
You discard 3 psychic energy. That gets your Guardy engine going, and then item, tool, supporter, stadium. So what is that going to end up being? At least the tool is bravery charm
For sure.
Stadium. I don't even know if they run a stadium.
Pokemon League
Dude,
headquarters.
Pokemon League headquarters.
Pokemon League headquarters.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Supporter. I mean, probably research or no, probably Arvin.
Yeah, I could see Arvin or a Turo in a certain situation to
Yeah.
pull something up.
Yeah, and then an item, whatever you want, rare candy, night. I mean, that's actually a crazy tech.
He did bump it down to 1 Monkey Dory. I know typically some Guardy lists are playing 2 Monkey Dories, so that's interesting to see.
Man was cooking.
He was cooking
Yeah, shout out Henry Chow, bro, just coming out of nowhere.
out of
Let's see.
nowhere.
I'm really taking a look. I mean, dude, he's like good. I mean, he's a very, very, very good player. Like, let me start there. Very, very good player. Obviously, way better than a player than I am. But results wise, that's his first regional win. I mean, you've got Charlotte last year, 49th, Guardy.
Yeah.
You've got Indy last year, 22nd,
Shout out
Guardy.
to Indy. Yeah.
That's right. NAIC, New Orleans, 6th. I mean, obviously a very accomplished player because he hasn't had anything lower than a 49th finish all year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's like, unless I'm missing something on being able to check like the time period, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't see. Let me see.
He's got a lot
I'm
of
just checking
cash
his-
in his pocket. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
17K. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, he doesn't have any entries for 22, 23. So
Yeah.
shout out Henry Chow, man.
With the same
That's how you get
list.
paid.
Yes.
The same list for all year, bro. That's how you walk in and get paid.
Absolutely. As well. Now, do we feel like Guardy looking ahead into the next format? Does Guardy get stronger, weaker, about the same? Like, Guardy to me is like, is this the end of Guardy? Did he go out
No.
with a bang or?
I don't think so, man. Like I was saying that I eat Guardy's lunch for breakfast. Like, you know, I'm sorry. I was saying that I eat Guardy's lunch all day.
Right.
But evidently he went through 2 Reggie Dragos and a Lugia.
Oh wow.
And like I was watching when he was playing who was it? I don't remember who I was watching him play on, maybe Rowan on stream, and I just stopped paying attention because I was like, all right, yeah, it's Drago Guardy, that should be easy. And I look up and he won. So I just like, apparently Guardy is this year or this era's like Mew VMAX, you know what I mean? Like it's just always gonna be good,
It just
apparently,
never
with the
goes
right
away.
hands.
It never goes away.
Yeah, it's just never gonna go away.
You know,
yeah.
when you said, talk about him against Drago, I happen to want to look. I was like, oh, well, he's got a Manaphy in his list to protect him.
No.
The man doesn't have a Manaphy even in his
He's
list.
crazy.
That is insane.
So he's figured out the lines.
Right.
He figured out the lines to beat Drago so effectively. He's like, man, they're just never gonna get the Kyurem off.
That is wild to me.
And it's so easy to get that Kyurem.
Yeah,
like turn two Kyurem on 3 Curlies is easy.
Absolutely. So the top 8 we had 1, 2, 3 Lugias in top 8.
3 Lugias.
That's insane.
I do see an Arceus on here. I did see it earlier. Where's he at?
If you, Steven, if you had a
I built this
prediction-
on PTCG.
Oh, of what, the Arceus?
Yeah, that Arceus Armorage deck. I built this. Yeah.
43rd. Wow.
That deck is weird, man. That deck is weird and hard to play, but it is pretty. It's pretty interesting. I've been playing it online because I thought I was going to bring it to locals this week.
Yeah.
Just as a meme deck, but I do not understand how to play this deck yet.
Hey, play the Arceus.
And I love
Claw.
and I love me an Arceus build. I love an Arceus build, but I don't. I'm still working on it, but it's fun. It's cool.
It was there. So we made predictions last week. What was winning? Do you remember what you said?
I said Zard.
Yeah. How many Zards we got in top 8?
I don't see one.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. I said Ancient Box. And I mean,
Not
we got
a one.
Roaring Moon. Technically, he's an Ancient.
No, that doesn't
It
count.
doesn't count. No. Steven, did you have, we didn't have you on last week. Did you have like a prediction potentially of what you were thinking would win?
Yeah, I had like a spicy prediction. I thought Chimpao could come back this tournament.
Okay.
Just because Just because POW takes early knockouts on big Pokemon, it's what Raging Bolt does, but just a little bit of a different engine. So I thought that in the right hands we might see a good resurgence of POW, but I mean, dude, I don't even see it in the top 50.
No.
Right.
So obviously I was way off.
You know what I do see on here? Goldango.
Where's this Goldango
That's
at?
right.
Number 40.
Top 20. Top 40.
Nice, nice. And the other deck that we were kind of brought up a little bit is Nolan's, that Noibat and Cornerstone. Apparently that was a thing for a lot of the players.
Yeah, a whole testing team. Yeah,
Yeah.
a whole testing team put that together, and I've been seeing that on Twitter. They've been shout out the Canada gamers, man. They obviously those Canadian Pokemon players are no joke. Like they're some serious.
That's some cooking up
serious
stuff.
players out
Like you
there.
have the Noivern for basics, and obviously Bolt was a big into.
Yeah, you're not doing nothing.
No, yeah, you're not doing squat if they got that Noivern off. And then you have the Cornerstone to take care of your ability Pokemon. Like, and those Zards right there, that is cooking. That is cooking for sure.
And not to mention, a lot of Drago lists were cutting Manaphy.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. A lot of people were just cutting Manaphy in general.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I feel like you have to have it.
Oh, yeah. Manaphy, I feel like.
I will never cut Manaphy.
Yeah, we had a fun experience this past local with somebody that didn't have a Manaphy in their list.
Oh, yes.
I ain't gonna bring that up, but that was just funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else y'all see?
I'm number 83.
83.
A name that we've seen time and time again, but that is a fun-looking build.
I saw that on stream, and it definitely looked interesting.
On Darkrai Dusknoir. I've always wanted to play Darkrai, but I think I've just made it too late into the game to be able to build something fun. But Darkrai V-Star just seems like such a cool deck.
It does, definitely.
Using that V-Star to bring back 2 items.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's insane in itself. It's almost better than taking another turn with Dialga, right?
Okay. The current one is, Drago's crazy to get 2 items.
Oh, yeah,
it's kind of like doing Drago's V-Star, but
But you're only getting
Yeah.
Because I mean, most of the time, I don't say all the time, but for sure, one of the cards you probably get back with Drago, you get a second use out of that Prime Catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Darkrai gets to do the same thing. If they've already used a Prime Catcher, bring it back. An A-Spec, a 1-of card, you basically use it twice. That's broken.
That's pretty broken, yeah.
Very broken.
Sweet.
See some, I don't see anything other than that, man. You see some 1-ofs, you see the odd Lost Box Zard, bad deck.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a good deck. Aiden Koos running that Arceus Dusknoir. I built that, and that was a fun.
Yeah.
That deck is fun. If you've not played that online, the Arceus the number 77, the Arc Dusknoir list is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I want to find something with Dusknoir. I haven't really got experiment with Dusknoir right now. Like, I think there's something. I want to try cook something up. I don't know what it is. I mean, yeah, but I want something. I don't know. Not everybody's playing.
You want a homebrew?
I want a homebrew. Yeah, I like that. That's my word of the day. Homebrew. I like it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Shout out.
You could do.
Huh?
I was gonna say. I mean, you want to do a homebrew? You could do what's it called? Dusknoir, Drift Bloom, Monkey Dory.
Oh Lord!
And just start exploding your Dusknoirs. Move the energy when the Drift Bloom hits, and just start swinging for 250.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Nobody would know what to do with it, and it's a single prize deck, so it's gonna be hard to come back.
Oh, you love single prize.
Single prize deck.
I don't know.
Goodness.
My when I play Bolt, I don't like the single prizes.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Guardy winning. The only thing I don't like about it is, will we see more Guardies at our own locals from people picking it up and being like, oh, I'm gonna play this deck.
So. They're gonna think they know how to play it and pilot it, but
hey, more power to them.
If we're being honest, Guardy is probably one of the hardest decks to play.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure. If I can give you one piece of advice, please do not put Refinement Guardy in your deck.
Yeah, not.
Don't do that.
Just run Guardy. Just run Guardy EX.
100%. Well, sweet. Baltimore's over. One more next regional coming up. Louisville. Like 3 weeks away.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
I'll bring home the 10 grand for us.
Hey, I'm down.
Come on.
All right. I'm gonna move on to our next segment here.
We have a game.
We have a game. And we're gonna do this a little different. We got 3 of us here with the Pear podcast today.
Yep.
So we are gonna test out this new game. We're gonna call this the Guest Showdown. So we'll have somebody on, we're gonna have the guest one-on-one versus one of us. And what we're gonna have to do this game is Miss Keisha is going to read off some name origins, and me and Steven go head to head. We gotta get a buzzer. Give me a buzzer sound.
Just say your name.
Oh, come on.
What?
I want to say,
You want to be like,
no.
Let me see.
Pikachu. Boom.
That's not a buzzer sound though.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have the soundboard on your Discord?
No, we don't.
No.
So you can do it. I can quack. That's my buzzer.
Oh.
We're gonna have to remember that. Play around with that. I like that.
Yeah, that's my buzzer. I'm either gonna do that or.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So we're gonna just do this as a best of 3, or not best of 3. Sorry, first of 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So hit us.
Are we ready, gentlemen?
Oh,
I'm just gonna
we're
do a
ready.
good old buzz. I'm gonna say buzz. He's got that over there. I'm gonna say buzz.
Okay. So, this Pokemon's name comes from a combination of words referencing its dark underground habits and coal-like appearance. Steven.
Torkoal.
Buzz.
You got one? All right.
Colossal?
Nope.
Oh man.
I didn't know what this Pokemon was actually. Colmole?
Who?
Colmole?
Who?
Coalmole.
Hang on.
Colmole.
Oh, it's it evolves into it's from the new games, I think.
Spell this out again for me.
Coalmole.
Coal.
Colmole.
I ain't never heard of this.
You got to put Pokemon after that. But nobody got that one. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about Carcoal?
That's what I thought it was too, but no. That's not what the AI said.
Okay,
anyway.
yeah. To explain this, we used AI to help us come up with this game.
The rest of them won't be like that, though.
Okay.
They're actually Pokemon.
Okay,
so we want to start
know
over?
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This Pokemon is in reference to its lunar-like appearance and a Steven.
Cresselia.
And
Oh, come on.
lunar-like appearance
Oh.
and its ability to teleport.
Buzz?
Yeah.
Lunatone?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
All right, we're
All right.
Got by one.
I'm locking in.
lock it
I'm
in,
locking in.
Steven. All right. This Pokemon originates from 2 words that are possibly referencing its icy appearance and sharp teeth.
I see it, Pear.
Go ahead.
Beartic?
No.
Oh.
Read it one more time.
This Pokemon originates from 2 words. I can't give the words away. That are possibly referencing its icy appearance and sharp teeth.
Oh.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Glade?
Nah.
No, not Glade. Okay, Steven got it.
Steven?
Chimpao.
Nah.
What?
It said Weevil.
Weavile.
Weevil. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair.
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay, we're still 1-0.
1-0.
All right.
All right,
This
come
one's
on.
easy. This Pokemon's name originates from the combination of ghost and type, and it references its supernatural appearance and various type transformations.
These are
Various
already
type transmutation?
Transformations.
So its name is ghost type? It means ghost type?
Yeah. Well, it's a ghost type, basically.
Buzz?
Yeah.
Darkrai?
No.
Okay.
It's various. Oh.
Yeah.
Unknown?
Nope.
Oh.
Transformations.
I haven't a clue.
Okay. Hold on. What? That's the name of the Pokemon?
No. I thought that would give it away. Ditto.
Oh, I was like transformations in what
Transforms
series?
into anything.
What was the ghost part?
It's a ghost type, apparently.
No, it's not.
It's a combination of ghost and... That was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to proofread.
ChatGPT does not know its Pokemon.
No, they don't. They sure don't.
Okay, this one's good.
All right, here we go.
This Pokemon's origin words reference its aquatic appearance and its serpent-like movements.
Serpent-like movements and aquatic appearance.
Buzz. Oh, we got
Yeah.
Seadra.
No.
Oh.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Gyarados?
Yep, that's it.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, surfing like yeah.
Yeah, serpent-like God, yeah.
We're 2-0 right now. All right. This Pokemon's origin words reference its celestial appearance and feline features. Yeah.
Solgaleo?
Nope.
Solgaleo, I think it is.
Nope.
Celestial feline.
I mean, celestial feline, I feel like it's the space cat.
That's what I was thinking. I'm kind of trying to get in the mind of the Chat GPT now. Like,
Nah, don't do that.
It's rough.
okay, this kind of looks like a cat.
Yeah.
Buzz.
Yeah.
You?
No.
Okay, no.
Yeah, Steven.
Celestial Sylveon?
No.
Oh.
It is Masquerada.
What in the world is Chat GPT on?
I don't know about the celestial appearance.
No.
But the feline features.
Definitely, yeah, but I would have thought they said something about grass. I'm trying to think how it even got that.
I don't know.
Alrighty, and we take it.
All right.
That's damn.
You
took it.
This Pokemon has a protective body and turtle-like appearance.
Buzz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Squirtle.
That's it.
Dang.
You got him.
Oh my!
I was about to say Caracosta.
That was wild. Yeah, we're gonna have to refine that down a little bit.
Yeah, that was some of those clues were like so weird. I didn't understand.
See, when I did it the other day, it was just like it was pretty like this me to do this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that. Some of those were real easy.
Yeah.
Some of those were nowhere near what the
I'm gonna have to talk to Mr. Chat GPT.
Yeah, definitely.
That was crazy.
That was a good game.
Well, hey, we got our 3. I got my 3.
You got your 3. So seeing as Steven is our guest on the show this week, we thought it was only fair to give him the card spotlight for this week. And Steven, you chose a what is this? This is Stellar Crown, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And talk about the card that you chose.
So I'm actually really excited about this one because I found it while I was opening a box of Stellar Crown, and I really was sitting down for whatever reason. It just kind of fell out of the stack, and I picked it up and read it, and it's actually got some really good use. So the card that I chose is Diancie from Stellar Crown 086, and it reads 110 HP fighting type, and it reads Attack 1, which is the one that's really interesting. Mm-hmm. For 1 colorless, diffuse reflection 40x. This attack does 40 damage for each special energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Ooh. Now, the reason why I found that really interesting is because you're seeing a lot of Lugia now, which we all know how Lugia plays. They only play special energies. And with Iron Thorns, because Thorns is weak to fighting, it just needs 2 to 3. I believe it's 3 double turbo energy on the field, which isn't necessarily very much. Isn't a lot for them.
Yeah.
To swing for knockout.
Ooh, interesting.
I believe you'd be swinging for knockout. So something to just a really fun card that I found that I thought has a lot of use. Anything with a 1 retreat cost is going to be pretty good. You can stick a rescue board on it and can pivot in and out. And on top of that, well, I don't think Snorlax plays any special energy, so no. But you might see a rise in, I don't know, luminous energy, a reversal energy Charizard or something. I don't know, but something to consider. It's definitely great against Lugia. So if you see a lot of Lugia in your locals, definitely consider teching it in.
Yeah, this is like a good tech card. Kind of makes me think of what was it when Snorlax got real popular. People were teching in the Meteor Pokemon.
Oh,
Meteor.
Minior.
Yeah, kind of reminds me
Yeah,
of that.
exactly.
A tech to have, just grab a couple of these, put them in your playable bulk or playable whatever, just in case. And Lugia was what? There was 3, I think, in top 8 of this past regional. Like Lugia ain't going nowhere right now.
Right. And I mean, hey, stick a bravery charm on it, and it sits through 2 Iron Thorns attacks.
That is true. Yeah.
It sits through 2 Iron Thorns attacks, and it swings for 240, and Iron Thorns is 230.
Nice.
So, something to consider.
I like it. I like it. Nice tech card for the card spotlight of the week.
I like it. I like it. So, let's talk about our week plan. Steven, I know you have something very exciting to talk about on Thursday. A playmat tournament at Breaking Bangers. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you guys for letting me do this shout out. So for those who don't know, I am the Pokemon judge for Breaking Bangers in Cartersville, Georgia. We are kind of really starting to build a community there for that Northwest Georgia area. We have a very small group going right now, but we're trying to increase the numbers. And in that fashion, we're hosting a playmat tournament this week. So what we're doing is first place is going to take home the world's playmat. I don't know if anybody saw the Pikachu with the neon pink all over it. Really cool playmats, black, neon pink. Pikachu is really nice and bright in the neon yellow. Really pretty playmat. The owner of the shop picked it up from somebody at a card show, and he wanted to do something to kind of help bolster the community, and he thought this would be a fun way to do it. We're also doing some door prizes. So if anybody, just for showing up, you'll get entered into a raffle. We're doing 3 raffles for the night. We're going to do 1 of the Hawaii Aloha double deck boxes and 2 packs of the 65 Aloha sleeves.
Ooh.
So even if you don't play, come hang out. Come check out the store. They've got a ton of TCGs, a ton of sports memorabilia, and come try your luck and see if you can't take home some world swag.
Absolutely, I sure will. I'll be coming for blood this week.
That's right. Come on.
All right. Also, we have Sunday evening locals at One Up Games.
Sure.
I don't think there's any challenges or anything.
I don't think so. We have
this week.
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
If there was, our Saturday's booked with our anniversary dinner. So
That's right. Sure is.
Oh, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
thank you.
So that's where we get to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven, for being our first guest. For those of you who don't know Steven, tell them where can they follow you at? I know you have a Twitter X. What are they calling it these days?
Yeah, I'm still Twitter. I'm just an old head at this point. I'm just gonna
same.
call it
It's
Twitter for
like
the rest of my
Twitter in
life.
my head.
There's no way, man. They got to make up their mind at some point. So you guys can follow me at Bedoya TTV. That's BEDOYAHHTTV. You can follow me there for anything that we've got going on. I'll post different updates that we have for Breaking Bangers locals. I have funny jokes if you guys want to laugh. All opinions are my own. And I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. This is my first time ever being a guest of any podcast. It was a blast. Love talking Pokemon with you guys, and I really appreciate it.
Heck yeah, we appreciate you too.
Yeah.
That is all the time we have for the Pear podcast. If you have not liked and subscribed to us, what are you waiting for? This is the 5th episode.
I know.
I feel
Halfway
like
to 10.
I feel like by now, hit the like button, leave us a comment. What can we do better? Tell us how good we're doing. All that good stuff.
We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. And until next time, bye.